Today we're going to make a delicious Mississippi mud cake. First, you need to start by creaming your butter. You want to make sure it is blended up nice and creamy and smooth so that you can be prepared to put in your dry ingredients. Mix it approximately 30 seconds to a minute depending on how soft your butter is. Then we're going to go ahead and add in our white sugar and blend that until it is nice, smooth, and incorporated into that blended up butter. In a separate bowl, you're going to mix up your cocoa powder and white sugar. You want to make sure both are incorporated well and you really do not see any more of the white sugar. Once you have that incorporated, then you're just going to go ahead and add it to your butter and sugar. I like to add it slowly so it does not fly everywhere as you are blending it into the butter. So you're going to just blend that up until it is incorporated very well. Once that is incorporated, we're going to add in some vanilla extract. Then we're going to add to this our eggs. I cracked mine in a separate bowl just to make sure that the egg is good. It is not a bad egg because there's nothing worse than getting a bad egg, cracking it straight into your mixture, only to find that you're going to have to either scoop it out or really just start over. Once you get those eggs added in there, it is time to blend the mixture. Make sure you get those eggs incorporated. And at this point, you can see that the mixture is going to start getting fluffy and smooth. Next, we're going to continue to add our dry ingredients. I have measured out my dry ingredients in a separate bowl and slowly going to scoop those in so that it does not fly everywhere. And as you slowly start adding that, it should begin to get nice and fluffy. Here I'm adding coconut. You can add as much or as little as you prefer. I like a lot of coconut, so I'm adding a little bit more. Then we're adding in our nuts. I'm going to blend just to break up the nuts a little bit. Finally continuing to stir it by hand just to make sure it is smooth, not overbeating it. Once you get all of that combined, place it into a greased baking sheet, making sure that you level it out very well so that it is nice and smooth on top prior to placing it into the oven. Once you get that all situated, just go ahead and place it into your preheated oven and begin working on the next step. So here we're making the topping. I have my vanilla extract and butter in a large pot. I'm going to go ahead and add in my powdered sugar. This does take a minute to combine, so you have to be very patient and just try to work it into itself as best as you can. You do want to add a little liquid to thin it down a little bit. I'm adding some milk here. And then just slowly continue to incorporate that powdered sugar. Once you get a good base started, then you add in your cocoa powder. Continuing to add milk to thin it out so it's not super thick. And there you have your icing. Our cake is looking very well. Just make sure you continue to check it for doneness. Once it is done, pull it out of the oven and let it cool for a little bit so it's not super hot. Then the fun starts. Here I'm placing my marshmallow topping on top of the cake. If it doesn't smooth out very well, you can place it in the oven momentarily just to melt the marshmallow, but you don't want to leave it in there because it will actually start toasting that marshmallow and creating a hard surface on top. This is where you kind of have to be patient and slowly work it out until it's smooth. Once you have that nice and smooth, then it's time to add the best part, that homemade chocolate frosting. I like to take a large spoon and just dollop it atop the cake. Then once I get all of my dollops placed, then I will take an offset spatula, starting from the center, going out, and slowly working that frosting throughout the entire cake until it is perfect and covers every last surface area of the cake. You can add coconut to the top if you want to. However, I like the cake served as it is here. So I hope you will try this recipe and let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Let me know if this was your favorite or if you modified something, what you done, and how it turned out.